you so much, guys. That's super, super helpful. Like, for real. Genuine.
That's just insane.
Oh, you're about to make me cry. Okay.
You guys helping like this means a lot.
No problem, man.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
What you guys do is just a blessing, and I never thought in a million years that, you know, I would get that opportunity, but I'm so, so grateful. We really are. Thank you.
Yeah, people thought I was mute. We didn't have the best upbringing. Like, my parents were in the military, and I was just raised with my mom, who was always working because we didn't have tons of money. So, like, most of my life, I was just kind of home alone.
Yeah.
And we were moving a lot, like, from Kansas to, like, Atlanta to Germany for a little bit to here because they're in the military being stationed. So, yeah, I had no social skills. I also had horrible acne growing up. So, like, when I was 15, I was like skin and bones, so I could barely move some days.
Gosh.
And I had like 50 pimples all over my face. I'm skin and bones, and I have no energy. And my whole life, I just never really socialized much. So it's like literally, if you're like, this is what not a YouTuber looks like, it would be me in a nutshell. But like, if you saw me at that age and you could bet like $100 million that I wouldn't be a YouTuber, you would take that bet 100 out of 100 times.
I got Crohn's when I was 15, so I played baseball nonstop. And then when I got Crohn's, I lost like 50 pounds. I was like, fuck that. Yeah, most people get it like when they're around 15 to 20. I mean, I guess you're born with the genetics thing, but I guess it doesn't actually, the inflammation doesn't occur till that age. Yeah, and so I lost like 40 pounds because I was going to the bathroom like 10 times a day. And so I was a little obsessed with baseball. I like literally was playing like 2 or 3 hours a day. There was a period like where I kind of like quit YouTube when I was like 13, 14, like so I could just really focus on baseball. But then once I got that, which was probably a blessing, I was like, fuck it, I don't care anymore. And I just went all in on YouTube. So like when I was a young teenager, I was getting no views, had no money, had no equipment. And so for the most part, it was just like, I was just trying to scrounge money so I could buy equipment because I was using my brother's old laptop. And so like my first couple hundred videos, I didn't have a microphone. Like imagine just like crackly, terrible voice. And so once I got monetized, I saved up for a few months. Like I told you, I bought a microphone. I can just give you a mile high history. And I saved up for like 6 months. I mean, I was just doing video game videos and they were terrible. But I saved up, I got a real computer. And so now I can actually record the video game in high quality. I have a microphone, I'm like 15, and I just kept going and going.
How'd you come up with the name MrBeast?
That was just like my Xbox Live gamer tag when I was younger. So it just like gives you a random name, and mine was like MrBeast 6000, and then I just dropped the 6000. Then I went to MrBeast, and I was like, okay, this is cool. Because there's a different channel called Beast, and so when you would search Beast, he would pop up before me. So I was like, crap. And so then I put the Mr. back on, and then I just kept it.
You know, like I don't like talking to people, but I just really like making videos. So as weird as that sounds, so I just got to get used to it because this is just kind of what I enjoy doing.
Essentially, up until 18, I had been doing YouTube pretty religiously, but I was making no money. Like this is kind of the turning point was when I graduated from high school. And my whole life, I was like, I want to be making enough money by the time I graduated to do this full time. And I wasn't. I was still only making a couple $100 a month. So I graduated high school, and my mom was like, either move out or go to a community college. And I didn't have enough money to move out, but I hated school with a passion. But she forced me to go to community college. And that was the worst thing ever. Like that made me hate life. Like borderline suicidal. I just can't stand like having to just sit there and listen to this dumb stuff and listen to some teacher read out a book. So what I did was I would act like I was going to community college, but I would just work on videos in my car and edit and stuff like that. I had straight zeros. And so now the clock had started because once my mom found out, I was screwed.
Were you aware of that? Like that you're running a risk?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so I would act like I was going to college that whole time, but I wasn't. And I didn't have enough money to move out. And that was kind of when I was just like 15 hours a day, all in. I was like, I'm fucked if this doesn't work. And I had some videos pop off. I couldn't tell you which ones, but I had a month where I made 20 grand because I just had some videos just do really, really well. And then I came home and I was like, yeah, I haven't been going to college, and I moved out the next day. My mom almost had a heart attack because she didn't understand YouTube or anything back then, and she was like, man, this guy's gonna work at McDonald's. I wasted all this time. Like I invested 18 years and this is what I get.
He laughed. I never paid for his rent.
I never paid his utilities. I never paid his car bill. So there had to have been enough financial means going on behind here that he was already capable of taking care of himself. And this is months after he graduated from high school.
I've just always felt pulled to it. I don't understand. I don't get it. Just thinking about possibly being a YouTuber one day was enough to keep me happy.
7, 13, 22, 7, 14, 22, 7, 15, 22, 7, 16.
To be honest, no one on YouTube has ever done something that stupid. Just counting for 40 hours. It garnered a ton of attention.
22, 7, 18, 22, 7, 19, 22, 7, 20.
Oh, like, if I do interesting things, people will watch. So I had this idea, if I take this branded money and I give it away in the video, that video will do well. And then I take the money from that video and I give it away in the next video and that video will do well. And kind of like create this cycle. That's when I was like, I want to use brands to allow me to help people. I was like, I think this would be like a really cool thing. And I was just like freaking out. I was like, I think I just cracked the code.
Basically, I don't know. I enjoy helping people. It's fun for me. It's kind of like, I don't know. Like I don't know how to put into words, but I enjoy doing good.
In this video, we're curing 1,000 people's blindness. It's gonna be crazy. Today, we will be planting 20 million trees. This is one of the dirtiest beaches in the entire world. And we're gonna pick up every single piece of trash on this beach. We are just trying to help people and make their lives a little better. So we'd like to give you $10,000 to make everything going on a little bit easier for you.
What?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys. That's super, super helpful. Like, for real. Genuinely, thank you.
I never thought that the whole world would just stop. I mean, I live in New York City, so, you know, at the beginning I kind of was essential at my job, and at the end I wasn't.
You've been laid off recently?
Yeah. My last day of work was the 20th.
It hurts to hear all this. So here at WSMB, we want to give you $10,000 to try to make your life a little bit easier.
That's crazy. That's just insane.
Oh, you're about to make me cry. Okay. We here at MBSNDCGDBY News would like to give you $15,000 to cover your hospital bills. Also, I'm not a real news anchor. This is fake. Everything is fake here. We just like giving away money.
You guys helping like this means a lot.
No problem, man.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you.
I hope you have a good day, man.
How do you get on with your day after great news like this?
Lots of people have started to hoard food, and when you hoard food, you donate less. Which is why we filled 6 semi-trucks with over $1 million worth of food, because now more than ever, food banks genuinely need our help.
So you don't like go crazy? You don't have a Ferrari or anything nuts?
No. I think living your life chasing like a nicer car and a bigger and bigger box to live in is kind of like a dumb way to go about life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I actually, funny enough, I lived in like a super below average home, and I kind of learned why famous people don't live in below average homes, because someone broke in, stole everything I owned. So I had to get a little nicer house for security reasons. But before I was robbed, I mean, like my place is like a little duplex, $700 a month. You get a roommate's $360 split.
Right.
Yeah, and just drive a normal car.
So you don't go crazy at all with cash?
No.
You don't? No.
I really try not to. I think that's like just a bad way to go about life. Also, it is a little hypocritical because I run a nonprofit, and you know we. Have you seen our Beast Philanthropy channel?
No.
Can you pull that up as well? We do a lot of stuff for helping people, and so also if I lived in a $10 million mansion while I'm feeding people and trying to help people, also in my eyes, it's also a little hypocritical as well. So in every area, I feel like it's just better if I just live. Yeah, but so I wanted to figure out, like, I have this ability to go viral and get views, and so I wanted to figure out how to leverage it to, like, basically build a charity on the back. So this is Beast Philanthropy. 100% of all the revenue on this channel goes towards our food pantry that we started. So we basically started our own nonprofit, and so I make these videos, I do brand deals, we sell merch and stuff like that in the ad revenue, and we use that money to buy food so we can feed people. We built a big food pantry in a central location, and we're more of a logistics company. You know, we'll take like pick a certain community like Grimesland. Like every Saturday we'll load up food, we'll go there, and then the people in need, we'll do a food drive and basically give them 3 different boxes of food: a box of dairy products, pantry, and vegetables, and then we come back 2 weeks later and give them food. So basically they can just live off the food we supply them, and we do that to a bunch of little communities. And we just crossed 1 year of operation, and we were able to give away over 1 million meals in our first year. I want to grow this channel really big, get it where, you know, it's pulling millions of dollars a month in revenue, and do tons of brand deals and stuff like that, and then just basically use that money to buy food and feed as many people as we can.
I really think positivity can be just as interesting as negativity. I just think it's harder. That's the distinction. I think it's easy just to trash talk or tear down something. I think it's a lot harder to make like an upbeat, fulfilling video that's also entertaining. We get messages all the time from like moms who are like, yeah, my little kid watched your videos and now they want to go volunteer, or now they want to, you know, go donate their own money, and they're wanting to give away their own allowance. Even other creators that, you know, after we do something, they do something similar. And that is one thing that's fulfilling for me, to know that like a lot of the influence we are leaving is positive and encouraging. I like to do just unique, crazy, insane things, and just keep the focus with positive helping. So whenever we come up with a crazy, insane idea, usually it does go that direction because that's kind of just the goal.